Hello, everyone. Welcome to the JT Media Podcast. And today I'm going to be going over all of the NFL divisions ranked before the draft. All right, let's just start out AFC East. That's still the worst division to me. I think the Bills are now the best team in that division. It has gotten better for sure because now the Patriots aren't just going to completely dominate. The Bills are a good team. The Jets are a terrible team. The Dolphins are a terrible team. The Dolphins could become good. I don't think this will be the worst division for long. And I think it's actually rivaling the second worst division. But yeah, right now, it's still not as good. The second worst division in the NFL is the NFC East. The Eagles. And this one is always this division bothers me. It's always the most talked about division. All the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, they're all talked about so much, and they shouldn't be. The teams are not good. They're not as okay. Some of them are. The Eagles and Cowboys are okay, but they're not playoff Super Bowl caliber teams. Carson Wentz keeps getting hurt. The Eagles have a great roster, but they're not a good team. The Cowboys. Same sort of situation. They had the division in lock, but choked it last year. They're not good. They're not coached well. Yes, they're entertaining and everything, but no, this is not a good division. The Giants and Redskins are dumpster fires as of right now. Again, I can see this, improving, and this division used to be one of the best in the NFL. But right now, no, it's terrible. AFC North is my next division. Bit weird. Yeah, it's the Ravens division. You know what? This division is not bad. This is what the trend I've been noticing, and this is, again, all before the draft, so we don't really know where teams are going with their draft picks or whatever yet. This is just what I think as of now. The Ravens are a powerhouse team. The Steelers are a good team. I think they will be better. I think they might be a playoff team with the new format as well. The Browns are not good, and the Bengals are worse than the Browns, which is interesting. Not a bad division, not great, but that's where I ranked them third to last. After that is the AFC South. Bit weird why I ranked this one above the other one, but I think this division after the draft especially is going to be unbelievable. The Texans are going to be a terrible team, I think. They might finish last in the division this year. Deshaun Watson is incredible. But their team, what is Bill O'Brien doing? Nobody knows. He's ruining their entire franchise. I think the Texans will finish most likely last in this division. The Jaguars, I think they're trending upwards. Gardner Minshew, they got their franchise guy most likely. They're going to build the team. Yeah, they've gotten rid of a lot of people. Almost too many. Leonard Fournette's not happy about it. But I think they're going to build up their team enough. And I don't know. Not make the playoffs, but... but not finish last. Next up is the Colts. Got Phillip Rivers. Not going to last very long, but they're going to make a playoff run with him, I think. The roster's good. Jacoby Brissett could possibly step in. He's competent. The Colts are good. And then obviously the Titans are a very good team. Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, surprise playoff team. They got some great receivers. Yeah, I really like the Titans. I think they might make another run. Originally, I thought, okay, there's one of those one teams. The Titans look good to me. However, I will say, this is the most inconsistent division in the NFL. I've said this for years. It is the most inconsistent division. So take what I said and just scramble it because you really have no clue what you're getting with any of these teams at any given point in the NFL. But I do think it's always entertaining. Usually it's dumpster fires, but now these teams are okay. Yeah. Moving on now, I have the NFC North as my next team. I don't know. I probably should rank this lower. It's just this is always a fun one to watch. I think the Bears might. I'm gonna say no. The Bears are gonna be terrible. The offseason moves they've made, I don't like at all. Mitchell Trubisky, Nick Foles, they're around the same caliber of quarterback. They need another quarterback unless they're gonna trade up in the draft. But why would they do that? I don't know. The Bears. No, the Lions are just not a well-run organization. What can I say? They've only made the playoffs like, I don't know, 4 years ago, and they lost in the wild card round. Not a good team. They're going to finish last. The Vikings, they're looking good. The top two teams are good. The Vikings are looking good. Kirk Cousins, but the rest of their team is good. Now they got rid of Stephon Diggs, which is not great. But they also got a lot of draft picks out of it. It was a very heavy trade going back and forth. It wasn't a lopsided trade. The Vikings were getting a lot in return for it. Now and they can use that to their advantage to build up the rest of their team defensively or get another wide receiver. We don't really know at this point, but I think the Vikings did set themselves up in a decent situation. Not like the Texans did, like Bill O'Brien getting rid of DeAndre Hopkins and getting nothing in return. This they did get a pretty fair trade for it, I'd say. That's why I think they're good. Then the Packers, they're always in there. They're always in there. I didn't think they were a good team last year at all. I think the Seahawks definitely should have won in the playoffs against them. But they're always there. It's kind of like the Patriots. You think, okay, the roster is not good or whatever, but the Packers somehow force their way into the playoffs and are a team they're formidable. So this division, and again, after the draft, I think it will get better as well. You can maybe flip it with the AFC South or maybe the AFC North even. But yeah, I think those three divisions are kind of, close. And you don't really know what's going to happen with any of these teams. And again, pre-draft, there's so much offseason left, and we don't even know when the season is going to start. Just kind of what I think as of right now. Okay, my next division, this is the top 3 AFC West. This is, in my opinion, these top 3 are really good. This is going to be such a fun division to watch, the AFC West. The Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, and Chargers. The Raiders, you have no idea what you're getting. Any given game, they can win or lose. Against the Patriots, they could win. Against the Dolphins, they could lose. I have no clue. 79 records like winning the Super Bowl for them last year with the amount of craziness that happened in their offseason. They're just a crazy team. I don't like the moves they've made this offseason. I didn't like the moves they made last offseason. Who knows? But they're an entertaining team to watch. The Chargers, they still need a quarterback, for sure. But their team is good. Their roster is very good. They need a quarterback. I think they'll get one in the draft. They might trade up possibly. But their roster was way too good for 5-11 last year. Way too good for it. The Broncos. I love the Broncos. I said this, Drew Lock. I called it. Drew Lock was going to be a good quarterback. I knew it from the beginning. Drew Lock has a very solid talent, has a great arm. He had an incredible first season. He lost like a couple games and went like 4-2 in his record. But the way he rallied his team behind him, Drew Lock was a very, very good quarterback, especially for a rookie. Dropped into that situation with Joe Flacco where they kind of decided to go with him. I definitely think that the Broncos will have possibly even a 10-win season next year. They're really trending upwards, and their defense is still formidable with Von Miller. Then obviously the Chiefs, the Super Bowl winning champions. You don't even have to talk about them that much, but they're a very good team. Right now, the best team in the NFL if you go back past Super Bowl. And yeah, that's why it's a top. That's even though, and that's great. That's number 3. That's my third top division. The NFL has been increasingly more stacked, in my opinion. The teams just keep getting better and better as the season progresses, with the more ability to sign players that they have. It's really making it fun. I am a fan of the new playoff thing. I actually am looking forward to it. Adding another team in there. Everybody's like, okay, well, you're just adding another crappy team in there. Maybe for the AFC, but for the NFC, a lot of teams that were good got screwed out last year. The Rams did. The Steelers could have made the playoffs even last year. So I do like it. Anyways, kind of besides the point. Next, I have the NFC South. Now, this was not a great division last year. But you don't even really need to explain this one that much. The Falcons are still formidable. They got Todd Gurley, great offense. Matt Ryan's still there. Defense, shaky, but it can work. Buccaneers got Tom Brady. Automatically, they're a team you have to look out for. Saints, they're the Saints. Great, led by Drew Brees. Emmanuel Sanders added to that offense. I can't even imagine. They went from, okay, they lost this season, they're not going to be back, to, okay, the Saints are one of the best teams in the NFL again. Okay. And then the Panthers, Teddy Bridgewater is on there now, who I think is a great leader for that team, and Christian McCaffrey. Top to bottom, this division is stacked. It's going to be fantastic to watch. I still think the Saints will win it. But you don't know. I have no clue. The divisional games for this is going to be all over the place. I think the Saints will have the best overall record, but divisional, no idea. Any team could beat any team in here, and it's so fun. It's going to be so fun to watch. Now, that being said, I think this division, by far, is the best division in the NFL. Even after the draft, I think it will be the best division in the NFL. The NFC West. Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, Cardinals. Oh my gosh. The Cardinals. Let's just start with who the worst team probably. Who knows? Let me just start by saying, right now, as of right now, I think any team in this division could finish first or last. You just throw anything on the floor and you have no clue. With the new playoffs system, also, there is a chance that if all these teams have a good enough record, it could be all four of them in the playoffs, which is awesome. That would be unbelievable to see. Won't happen, but that would be crazy. The Cardinals. Let's start with right now. Probably what? Oh man, it's tough. What I think still the worst team in the division is with the growing Kyler Murray, but now he has Larry Fitzgerald and DeAndre Hopkins. Defense, but offense unbelievably loaded. Their defense is formidable as well. And every game, even last year, Kyler Murray made every game competitive. No game was a blowout. Every game was you're in for it. So the Cardinals are going to be there. The Rams are still a team that's up there. The Rams lost Todd Gurley. They haven't really made that many offseason moves. The Rams might actually be the worst team in the NFL. Not what I'm saying. The worst team in the NFC West right now. But Sean McVay still. You don't know what he can pull. Jared Goff, I still think he's a solid quarterback. Their team is still formidable. You can't look out. The Rams are a great team, and I haven't even talked about all their offensive weapons. Their defense is still really good. They have a great offensive line. The Seahawks, Russell Wilson, more offensive players. I think if we re-sign Clowney, I talked about this in the past podcast. If we re-sign Clowney, oh my gosh, it's going to be crazy. I can't wait. The Seahawks went 11-5 last year, which is a crazy record for the situation. Nobody predicted them to go to 11-5 except for my uncle Ronnie, who predicted them to go to 14-2, which I would have loved. And then the 49ers. I really don't know what to expect with the 49ers. Now, we've seen a lot of Super Bowl slumps in the past, but the 49ers have a chance to go out and win the division again. I don't think they will. I'm not going to make predictions at all. Way too early. But the 49ers still have an unbelievable team, unbelievable roster, great team spirit. Yeah, they lost that Super Bowl against the Chiefs, but they had it right on the edge of their fingertips. They're going to be dying to get back to the Super Bowl, and they're a great team led by a great coach as well. Yeah, so those are my NFL divisions ranked right now before the draft. Again, we have no clue what's going to happen. The draft and everything, all these divisions up in the air. There's usually a new division that kind of takes the light. Like last year, the NFC East was like, this is worse than even before in the NFC East. Other divisions will stand out. We don't really know at this point. But I think as of right now, the number one division is the NFC West. Thanks for listening. I've been Jack. Make sure to follow us all over the place: Instagram, Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Thanks for listening.